All right, I didn't know if I was gonna actually be able to get to week 4, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm still cold, so I still have my sweatshirt on. We are on Monday the 20th, and it's full body. We have 4, 5, or 6 rounds for part 1. Single Superman, dumbbell plank drag through, L raises, push-ups, and then part 2, we have kneeling teapots to a timer. Single Supermans. So this is our Superman where we only lift one side at a time. Okay. Dumbbell plank drag throughs. Actually, I'll put it like there. And this can be done kneeling also. L raises and push-ups. L raises. And push-ups, either off of your chair, kneeling, or full in high plank position, okay? Kneeling, now I'm getting hot. Kneeling teapots to our timer is this. Oh, that always pulls so much. I should do these every day. Oh my God, the pull is great. This side's not as bad. Okay, so single Supermans, 14. So notice that the reps go 14, 12, 10, and 8. So single Superman, you're on your chest, your stomach, and everything's touching the ground, okay? What you're gonna do is instead of lifting everything up at the same time, you're just gonna do opposite arm, opposite leg, and then opposite arm, opposite leg, okay? So lift, 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 okay? So just lift as high as you can. I know sometimes people do these and they're like, I feel like I'm not really getting off of the ground. It's okay, just lift as best as you can. It's gonna work the back of your body no matter what. So even if you think that you're not good at it, it's still gonna work. Then we have our plank drag throughs. So you're gonna grab a dumbbell. With this one, you can go heavy if you have a heavy dumbbell, okay? So if you do it in regular plank, you're gonna be up, widen your feet stance just a little bit, and then you're going to grab with the opposite hand and drag. Grab and drag, grab and drag, grab and drag. If you need to kneel, it looks exactly the same, you're just kneeling, okay? So again, if you have a heavy dumbbell, go ahead and try it because you're not actually having to lift it, you're just sliding it. So you might be able to do kind of a heavy weight with that one. L raises. So I always use my lighter pair for these. So you're combining a lateral raise and a front raise at the same time, okay? So your arms are gonna make an L. One arm is gonna go out in front, one arm is gonna go out to the side. Notice both arms are bent. Both elbows are bent, okay? So you're gonna lift into your bent L, down, switch, up, down, switch, up, down, switch, up. So the reason that I do the down and switch is because I always wanna make sure I'm in the right position before I start doing something, okay? So I don't wanna go here and then just fly up like that because now I started this one properly, and then when I switch, I'm now doing a weird swinging motion with this arm instead of having it in proper position. So I always do that. This one, when I talked about our front raises, and I think I talked about maybe our bent over flies, is that you wanna make sure that you're engaging the correct muscles and that it's gonna stop you from flying. So instead of going like this, where I'm really not engaging anything, I'm gonna think about engaging and using my muscles, and it's gonna pretty much stop me at an even height, okay? That's my L. And push-ups, I've had to have talked about these 3 times by now, so I'm just gonna go over the modifications again. You can either do kneeling off of a height, make sure you roll onto the front of your knees. You can do high plank off of your height. You can do kneeling on the ground, and you can do regular, okay? Part 2, kneeling T-box. So what we're doing is we're all doing 30 seconds on, 20 seconds rest, and we're doing 4 rounds per Tabata. So we're doing 2 rounds per side, okay? It doesn't matter if you alternate or if you do them consecutive, it doesn't matter, it's up to you. So you're gonna get shoulder width stance with your knees, one hand on your hip, one hand is gonna be blade hand, and you're just gonna lean over until that hand touches or those fingers touch the carpet or your ground. Go back, lean up, lean up, lean up. If you, depending, I think a lot of it might depend on the length of your like femur, is that the bone? From your knee to your like hip. That is going to probably determine how hard it is for you, because if you're somebody like I have kind of short legs, even though I'm not that short, like when I sit in the car, I'm like up against the steering wheel, and Nick's like, I don't understand how you're that close, but I'm like, well, some part of my leg is obviously really short because like it doesn't reach, or like I can sit in chairs sometimes and my feet are like dangling, but I'm 5'4". I just am weirdly proportioned. So if you find like your leg is shorter and it's like really easy to touch the ground, just reach for farther away. So instead of reaching for like next to your knee, reach farther out, reach farther out. But for me, I can always feel this pull. So what it does for me is it pulls like the side and then the side back. So that's usually where I notice it, in my back a lot, probably because my back is tight. So if that's where you feel it, that's totally fine. It's gonna be a really good stretch for you, as long as you're not in pain. So if you can feel it, that's good, because like I said, it's probably tight. You probably need to stretch it. Only don't do it if it's like painful to do, okay? That's your Monday, the 20th.